Padre. Monday. What are you gonna do? What we're gonna do is GTB it up. Ghost Town Barber. I just got up. I thought of this one. I had to do a little shuffling. It was in the back of the drawer, not on top. So you know those little puzzles where you have to move the little. There's one empty spot and you have to move the little squares. But I did it. I found it, which is good because I've got a couple other chiseled face soaps. They weren't right under it. I don't know where they are, so I'm gonna have to find them. Well, I thought I was all prepped to go here, but my lather is looking just a touch airy, so let's add some water. Alright. So we almost had some artwork to go in this, the hole on the wall right there. Got close, got pretty close. And now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm glad I didn't do it. My parents were in town for the last week, last Sunday morning. So Saturday, I found an art show in San Francisco. That was a really nice one. It's a juried art show, which means you gotta be approved to get in. I think my mom might have even said it. You had to be invited. But anyway, so not your normal run-of-the-mill stuffs. I don't even think about it. Somebody said that's my signature shave move. But this lady took vintage metal tins. So a lot of them are or cooking and stuff, you know, like little metal like cocoa tins and things like that. And then put arms and legs on them and stuff, made them into these cute little characters. And she had one that was a post-shave talc tin, but the tin was long. It was like this shape, pretty long and thin, and then you got the body, so it was like this. But see, the shape is more like this, horizontal, not vertical. I didn't get it. Mine shoulda. Man, it sure feels like a Monday in my throat. All right, so we're doing the old Feather SS. I tell you, I used the Camisori Saturday, and I've said this every time that I've used it, that the outcome has been okay, but it feels super awkward, which is odd. And I say this every time. I thought without, you know, the extended handle, you'd have much more flexibility. Maybe you do, and maybe it's just that I'm so used to this, but I just don't like it. So that's the end of that. I mean, I probably keep one. I got two of them. Just by circumstance. I got a green one. It's what I just showed you in a lot with some other stuff, including a palette and brush. So that's why I got that. But I hate that green. So I got the gray one, thinking if I keep using it, it's different though. It's got a little different grip, and maybe I'll try. I've never used this one yet. It's got a little thumb notch and stuff. But I think that green one will be going bye-bye at some time. Oh, I got my hair did yesterday. Got an emergency this morning. Excuse me, guys. We're out to the Suavecito. So it's just going to be au natural. When it gets this short, I like to use a little bit of goo in my do, but I don't think I have any meetings scheduled, nor if I have any meetings that anybody there is going to really be too concerned about the condition of my hair. Anywho, just when it gets longer, I can't really use that because then I kind of like I don't know, this isn't wind blown, it's not wild, it's natural look, I guess. When it gets a little longer and I put that in there and get that slick down thing, I'm not into that. So as Dave in Kentucky pointed out, I hadn't updated my journal on Saturday or Sunday. I just said Saturday I used the Camisori. I didn't like it. So yesterday I grabbed the RX. I've been using that darn Vector, so I wanted to get back to my I was gonna say true love, but it might not be anymore. And Dave's gonna be laughing. I told you so. But the problem is with the Vector, with the Blacklands Vector, you don't have to think at all. You gotta think with the RX, and I wasn't thinking. I just started. I got little bumps up here. I have to shave right below them. I wasn't thinking. I snagged one of them with the RX. I got a little blood from that. I got more irritation than I should have because I just wasn't paying attention. I need to think about that. I've got to be in the mood for one of those nice, slow, quiet shaves. Kind of like when using the straight. Although it seems like at this point I can do this with less thought than the RX. Anyway, Saturday was fun. Good art show, then drove to the pier. There's a bunch of piers, but there's one very commercial, touristy pier in San Francisco. Long pier, tons of shops and restaurants, and so put our name in at a restaurant. Walked around for a bit. But we looked at the weather was awesome. Which had not expected at home. We had the San Francisco fog and it was windy and gray and actually kind of misty. Like the last 3 days it wasn't rain, but everything's been wet. But if you look at a map where the San Francisco airport is, just directly almost kind of to the west of that is the area we live in. And like I said, it's been gray and cloudy for days now. We drove up in the city in San Francisco, nice and sunny, not hot. Perfect strolling around weather, so it's funny because I never really considered that. I always think it's San Francisco fog and it's thought of as coming in where the Golden Gate Bridge is and stuff, but nope. So I guess we live where the fog is its most intense, does not thrill my wife. But no, I'm sure we get more fog than the city does. So today is an interesting shave because I used the RX yesterday. So there's not a lot of growth. So the end result's going to be decent no matter what. And as always, I think go get laser treatment. Even if you grow a beard, you don't want a neck beard. So it's all nice and smooth already. This is BBS after 2 passes. Oh, I got some irritation already over there. This is pretty good, but right there, that's the culprit. Love the smell of this. Now I'll say, because I know every now and again somebody comments who's not part of the cadre. And bless you for taking your time for watching, and I hope you're entertained hearing about the brothers on the cadre and what's going on there. And you ought to come join us if you're not. But this soap is, I was gonna say, known very well, maybe even notorious through the cadre. If you don't have it, you know about it. Ghost Town Barber. So if you haven't heard about it before, this is my first, I would say, leather type soap. Look at that picture. Doesn't that look manly? It's got boots and a hat and a rope, and this could be. Sorry, I'm itching the outside, guys. It's itchy. I never thought I liked leather scents before. And so it's like Gunsmoke and leather were the two notes, and they kept talking about Western this and that, and you just like it came out of a gunfight and you're at a bar with your old hat. But enough people talked about it, give it a shot. So it's supposed to be a barbershop scent. I don't know, I do not like barbershop scents. I know like vetiver, you can have a green vetiver or deep vetiver, that kind of stuff. Same with barbershop. But I picture barbershop as baby powdery. I hate that. This is not like that at all. But it could be just that things mix differently in my nose and stuff. So I get the leather, I can get gunpowder, Gunsmoke. I like it. It's really good. So it's gotten me into leather scents. I don't have many of them, but I do enjoy a leather scented shave soap. Not bad. That was a good, again on the neck, stuff's always changing, so I don't have like the muscle memory and the routine and remember what works. Remember this one works. We pull up. Hold on, I gotta go this way when I can, because that's the optimum. The more I can get kind of across the grain that way, but you can't keep doing that here. Pull up. Try to go straight down and turn the blade enough that it's still staying pretty flat to avoid the irritation. That's the key there for me for avoiding the irritation is, you know, your neck turns like this, and if you keep it like this, and when you hit that curve where all that hair is and you want to hear that hair reduction, you might get it, but it's gonna sting like crazy later. You make sure you're turning, trust the blade. Seems to work pretty good. That was good. We hit her on the nail for a Monday. So anyway, I would say unless you're completely opposed to any of those scents, if you've never tried Ghost Town Barber, give it a shot. There are a few guys though on the cadre that hate it. Very few. Almost everybody else really likes it. There are a few soaps that are universally enjoyed, and this is one of those. Yeah, so we got some where I pointed out that I already felt a little sting just with water. That's lit up and over here, and I'm just trying to get some other stuff in other than the Vector, but I have a feeling that this week will be Vector heavy. And the Super Speed, I almost grabbed the Super Speed this morning, but I really want to get some more straight shaves in. We'll see, gotta enjoy the end of the summer. This is the last week that all the kids are out of school. Oldest starts high school next week. And then we're back to, you know, this is like, I think this happened last year too. Hold on, let me wash off the owl. But even vacation. I'm working full time. Yeah, not taking any more days off. I used up a bunch of PTO this summer. There's lemon. Yep, we ordered a new bottle. Don't you worry. Never run out of this. The kids are old enough to stay home by themselves or make arrangements to go hang out with friends, that kind of stuff. So I don't have to shuttle them to camp or pick them up afterwards or anything. And me just being able to get off work and go straight home, oh, that's such a nice change. But soon we will be back to more shuttling kids. Anyway, let's see. I just did we did Allen Witch Hazel. Got the old two in one. I actually have the aftershave for this. There you go. There's that cool picture again. I think if I could, this has menthol. You can't get it without menthol, so I can only use it down here. If I could use it everywhere, I might skip the 2-in-1. And then, very few soaps do I have the whole set. So this is the EDP. Yep. Parfum. That's what we always say, hit them with the GTV. We're gonna do the full course. Alright. There we go. I wanna, see, this is when I should normally stop, right? But I've been deciding how public I make this. Maybe I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna say, Dave in Kentucky, are you still listening? We're 17 minutes in. I've been thinking about something, because Dave pointed out, oh, Dave's on another rant. Oh, he's grouchy today, this and that. I've been thinking about that, because I don't want people to be like, oh, I'm done watching that dude, he's grouchy. I realize part of what I do, though, is I don't like feeling like I'm bragging. Like, I like to show, look, here's this new soap and all that stuff. But when it comes to like other things, I kind of feel like if I say, hey, this is great and this is awesome and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and yeah, I'm sharing some things about like the vacations and wines and stuff like that, but I also somewhat play them down a bit. I don't say everything I want to about how cool something is or how much I enjoy something, because I'm more sensitive that I don't want people sitting at home thinking, what, that guy's just bragging about everything he gets to do or has or that kind of stuff. But then when I hear other people talk about what they like or positives and things like that, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I'm not thinking, oh, I think I get to do that. So maybe that's been the wrong mindset, Dave, and you made me think about it a little bit, you sweetheart of a man. You see how I'm changing already? You see that, Dave? So we'll see. Maybe that'll change the tenor of things. If I'm bragging about stuff I don't mean to, but I'll try to think about people just thinking that's cool rather than like, why does the guy keep talking about how everything's so great? Tell you what, I got a cool pen yesterday. I've been into this fountain pens, watching all these videos. Used to drive the family crazy with shave videos. I tapered those off. I try to work them in other times on my phone, stuff like that. Still watch you guys, still love you guys. But now I'm driving them nuts with fountain pen videos. There's this one dude that does like a 45-50 minute video, I think once a week. It's like, on fountain pens? It's because he rambles. He's a rambler, but he doesn't talk about much other than the pens. So it's very repetitive. Anyway, so I got this cool one. I've been holding off on the really expensive ones, but I like the matte black, kind of like my SR71 razor. I like the matte black finish. I already had two, and I found one under 20 bucks on Amazon. So it's matte black with a nice matte silver finish clip to it. So pretty cheap in terms of the fountain pen world. I guess 20 bucks ain't cheap for a pen though. So we'll see. I got it. It's just cartridges. You'd have to buy a converter if you want to use your own inks, but it came with 2 cartridges, just black. So I'm gonna try that out at work this week. So hopefully that's cool. I'm switching over to just exclusively fountain pens at work, just because they're fun and it's cool, and you know, just to shake things up a little bit. So anyway, let you know how that goes. We got everything on the Shaving Cadre. We got a forum thread about pens and inks and stuff like that. So again, bunch of enablers because I read that. Here we go. My wife thanks you. Just joking. It's pretty cool. And see you on the forum.